All right, we're joined by assistant coach Jason Terry. We'll start with questions for Coach Terry. Bruce Pascoe, first hand up. Bruce Pascoe, questions for Coach Terry.
Sorry, JT. I was actually I had my hand up for the guys, but I was also wondering, just I guess your thoughts on the way all three of these kind of crazy endings at the end of regulation, first overtime and second, and what did you think, especially seeing Terrell obviously pulling it out like that too?
Well, first of all, I'm just very proud of our guys. From one to the guys on the bench to our staff. I mean, this is the first game all season where we really faced some true, real adversity in a game. Give Washington State credit. They were 8-0 coming into this thing, and they proved the reason why. They beat the teams on their schedule, right? And we were another one, and we were primed to be beat tonight. We did not shoot the ball well. Defensively, we fouled a little bit too much. And, I just thought our guys remained resilient. There was a couple timeouts where there was some indecision creeping in, but coach came in and showed you why he's one of the greatest coaches to ever step foot in the Arizona campus, is because he calmed us down. He got us back out. We went out and executed on the offensive and defensive end, and we came away victorious tonight. So just all around resiliency from everyone involved.
I remember you saying before the season how Terrell might not start, but he was going to be in at the end, and that's exactly what happened tonight. And not only at the end, but making key shots at the end. I guess maybe that doesn't surprise you, or kind of what did you think about the way he performed under pressure like that?
I've been watching this kid, since he was in junior high, make and take big shots and make big plays. I mean, he's just a winning basketball player. And tonight, I got to be honest with you, I don't know if he shared this with you all already. He's playing with a heavy heart.
Yeah.
His grandfather passed away before the Washington game, and he said he dedicated this one to his grandpa. So, hey, we basketball guys, and his grandpa was on our side tonight when he banked in that big three. But he played some big minutes. I'm looking now, 37 minutes played tonight, 5 for 13. He had 15 points, and none other than that big three-point shot that he had there to kind of seal the victory for us.
Thanks.
Steve Rivera, you're up next.
JT, in games like this, you guys, or typically teams can come together even more so. I know this is a good group that's together, but how much more can it get together after a win like this?
Games like this, again, when you're going through adversity out there on the floor, and maybe might not be your night, but guys are still tight and tied together. You're still cheering for each other. You're still doing the things that you were taught in practice to, kind of stick together, execute. It builds chemistry. And I think in blowout games, you don't get that same type of feeling. But in games like this, overtime basketball games on the road, in the Pac-12, is where you build that bond. And, I think our guys have done a great job all season long of supporting each other, bench included. And I think it showed up tonight. When we needed each other most, we were tied together.
And real quick, Azuolas and Ben seem to be growing up real quick. They're playing beyond their years. Just your thoughts on that?
Well, we kind of talked about it as a staff, and we said, how we perform as a team this year will be on the growth and development of our freshman players. Dalen has been starting for a while. Azuolas has been thrusted in the lineup here the last 3-4 games, and Ben has been playing quality minutes. Now, in those minutes, these guys have been very productive. And I think that's the thing you look to see. Even though they make mistakes, as you will when you're a freshman, they've played through those mistakes. They've stayed confident. They've trusted their training, and they produced very well for us tonight. I mean, look at Ben. I mean, Ben stepped up, made 2 big free throws at the end. He hit big shots, and he's playing efficiently. And so we like where they're at now in their development, but there's so much more room for them to grow and develop.
Thanks.
Next question, Troy Hutchison, All Sports Tucson. Troy.
Coach Terry, earlier in the season, you guys lost to Stanford with some spotty free throw shooting, and tonight that seemed like a critical point of the game. How has this team developed at the line?
Well, I looked tonight at the line. We were 25 for 32, and again, none other than those big free throws at the end by Ben Matherin Huge, but it's an emphasis, right? It's an emphasis that coach put on. We have a free throw program. A lot of schools, a lot of NBA teams have shooting programs, but here at Arizona, we have a free throw program. And so we take pride in making free throws, because I go back to grade school, man, layups and free throws. If you make a fair share of those, you'll put yourself in a position to win games, especially games like tonight where, you don't particularly shoot the ball well. 5 for 22 from the 3-point line. You know what saves you? You go 25 for 32 from the free throw line. And we pride ourselves in that.
Next question, Justin Spears, Arizona Daily Star.
Jason, what's your connection to Terrell's grandfather?
My connection is with Terrell's actual biological father. And I know his grandfather, just by early on when his dad used to pick me up and take me to school, I always speak to him and say, hey, how you doing, Mr. Brown? So good dude, man, cared about family. Family was huge to him. And, it's just a guy that always had a smile on his face. And he faced some adversities here, with his health of late. We're glad now that he can be resting peacefully and he's in no more pain.
And have you ever had to go through a situation where you played a game less than a day or a day after, a tragic passing in your family?
Many times in my career where I've faced adversity, but it's something about athletes. When you come into your space on that court in between those squared lines, it is your sanctuary. And then when you're playing with a heavy heart, as Terrell was tonight, special things tend to happen. And I've had those moments throughout my career.
And what do you think about just the way the guys were able to around Terrell during a time like this?
Well, again, it just shows you how tight-knit we are as a family. When you talk about A Players Program, it really truly means that we are a brotherhood and we're tight and we stick together through any type of adversity.
Thank you.
All right, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you, Coach Jett. Safe travels back.
Thank you. Happy New Year to all.